It's 7:41 now on the Sunday morning. We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we are heading into the News 2 kitchen to show you how to make delicious cheddar biscuits. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. Look at that. Alrighty, it's that time of the morning, and we are in the News 2 kitchen. You know, those Cheddar Bay biscuits your server brings you at a certain restaurant. We're not going to mention the name, but you know. Yeah, this morning we're making those cheddar biscuits right here in the News 2 kitchen. Private chef, food blogger, and owner of Nick Foods is joining us here. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
You're Miss Do It All.
I am. I do everything.
Tell us a bit about that. Tell us a bit about...
well, I've been cooking all of my life. The first thing I ever learned how to make was biscuits.
No way.
Yes, and this is my first time here, so what better way to commemorate this occasion than to make these biscuits.
And we're so glad to have you your first time.
So I guess I'll get started. So in the bowl, we've got all-purpose flour, a little salt, a little baking powder, and it's been sifted. And then the next thing you want to add is about 2 sticks of butter, and cubed, very cold. And once you put it in...
Why does it have to be cubed?
It has to be cubed because, this is the fun part, well, one of the fun parts. What you're doing is you're going to cut the butter into the flour. And what you're going to do is you're trying to achieve a texture that is coarse, pea-sized. The butter should be pea-sized when you're done.
Little chunks of it. Like what I would do, I'd make it easy and melt it, but that would screw it all up.
Yeah, that wouldn't work so much. So you're doing that because you're going to, when you cut in this butter, this fat, you could use lard, but we're having butter today. You're going to make the flaky layers in the...
in the biscuit?
Yes, and so you can use a fork like me or your hands like this right now.
And just get dirty.
And just get down and dirty.
Just make sure your hands are clean.
Yes, my hands are very clean. And then after your dough is, pea-sized pieces, then you add your milk.
You promised you'd put us to work, so what do we do?
Well, if you unwrap those parcels right there.
There you go, Faith. You got a big piece.
So you add just a cup of milk?
You add a cup and a half of milk, and you stir it just so. And then after you've stirred it, what you're going to do is you're going to add the cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese.
Which is right here.
And you can just go ahead and add that in
amount?
It is 2 cups of cheddar cheese. Yeah, you can use that fork. And then you just add the cheddar cheese in. And you flour your surface because this is going to get very sticky very fast. And you both have each your own right there. And you just, put the flour in there and you put it down on the
I'm doing this like I know what I'm doing, Faith, so don't copy me.
You look like a professional. So the correct way mostly is to use a biscuit cutter, but the down-home country way is to use a glass.
Oh, really?
So you each have glasses right there.
Oh, okay.
So take those glasses and dip them upside down in that bowl of flour, there, because you don't want just dig it in there, and then go ahead and press down into the...
So the flour keeps it from sticking?
That is right. You got it. And then kind of work it in, and there you go. And then... you go ahead.
Just like that?
Yeah. Don't be gentle. Go ahead. Make it happen. Okay. And And then you put your biscuit right there in that cast iron skillet.
Okay.
I have a little story about that cast iron skillet. That was my grandmother's cast iron skillet. When she passed, it came to me.
So it's now a family.
And it's now...
She was smart.
She's very smart.
You cook some good stuff in a pan like that.
Yes, and these biscuits are very good stuff.
So do you heat it up before, or just like that? You
just like that. Make sure that your pan is oiled. If you want fluffy biscuits, make them close together. If you want them a little crusty, spread them apart. Or you can put them on a sheet pan and
as in together, just like this?
Together, that's fluffy, yes, and that's crusty. Fluffy together, crusty apart.
Well, how does that happen?
Science, math.
It's something.
Yeah.
With a reaction.
The god of biscuits, throwing his hand in.
So what do we want, crusty or fluffy?
Oh, I fluffy.
Okay, all right. Fluffy, let's push it together.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
And so when you're kneading your dough, or not even kneading, but when you're stirring it, you don't want to you want the gluten that's in the flour to be relaxed, so manipulate it as least as possible. Okay. So you've made the one biscuit there, and to make multiple biscuits, you just get your hands in there and
kind of squeeze it together.
Yes, and then you can do another biscuit and go until you can't go anymore.
How many biscuits does this make, this batch?
It makes between 12 and 14 biscuits.
Really? Just this one batch?
Just this one batch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I have half and you have half. So, and it's perfect. And it's, you know, as soon as it's baked, it's
voila.
Look at you, the
I'm
biscuit.
digging this. Yeah, I love me some biscuits.
So in the oven for 350 for about 15 minutes, and then they come fresh hot out the oven. Bacon, eggs, a little more cheese, and you're good to go.
Wow.
Oh, ooh.
Wow. So what's the secret in this? Is there something about it that if you mess up, it's not going to taste quite as well? Is it the cheese?
It really is no messing up per chance. I mean, baking is a science, and I was not a science major. I was an English major.
Now, you see, I love science, because that's the reason I'm having so much fun. Yeah.
But food science comes into play, and the flour and the leavening with the butter and the baking powder, it all comes together, and it makes beautiful, wonderful biscuits.
And it smells delicious. We're going to taste this and tell you how it tastes when we come back, but for now we're headed for a quick break. Here's a look at what to do.